Today, I'm taking over one of the most disappointing college football programs from this year. Coach Prime did a great job of recruiting talent to the team, but they still haven't been able to put it together on the field. So my goal is to make Colorado the greatest college football team of all time, and to do that, we have a checklist to complete. Like winning 30 trophies in the next 10 years, winning our conference, winning the Natty and the Heisman, having 3 Thorpe Award winners, and having over 75 guys drafted in the first round. So these challenges are already incredibly difficult on their own, but every year we're gonna have a new roadblock that comes from this spin wheel that affects our team. And if we can't complete at least 3 out of these 5 rebuilds, I will buy Coach Prime's $89 sunglasses and wear them in our next rebuild. So looking at the team here, it's clear that we have a lot of elite high-level talent, but the problem is if you go to the bottom of the roster, there are just as many bad players, unfortunately to say, guys at the bottom of this team. So our goal for year number 1 is going to be trying to avoid losing as many of the top guys as possible and increasing our standards and getting rid of any player that's below a 70 overall on this team. Now, there's one other guy that we do not want to leave. You can see Caden Salter's leaving. He's star dev. He's a senior, though. If we go down here, it's Juju Lewis. He's a star dev. He was one of the best quarterback prospects coming out of high school, and he's an 80 overall already. If this guy leaves, we are cooked. So I'm going to start him this year and pray that he leads us to like an 8-4 season so people don't leave. But with his pro potential being a B, if he decides that he wants to leave, but with his pro potential being a B, we're right at the threshold. So this is a little bit of a risk because we're not going to get Caden Salter any better, so he's definitely not going to get drafted. So Juju might decide to leave at the end of the year. So in terms of tactics, I'm going to keep everything the same for now. I don't love the 4-3 defense, but I'm not going to argue with Kirkpatrick, aka Deion Sanders. So we have a lot of 5-stars that want to join our team. So I'm going to add them all to the board and see how many we can get. And we have a grand total of 24 5-stars that are interested in coming to our program. So if we can just land 10 of these guys, the future is going to look really bright and we can backfill with the portal. But it's time for our first roadblock, and it looks like it's gonna be wide receiver room has COVID. So basically what that means is our last 3 games of the season, the most important games of our season, we have to start our backups for wide receivers. So instead of having any of our 6 wide receivers, we're gonna be playing quarterbacks, corners, and tight ends at the position. I'm sure that's not gonna come back to bite us at all. But by the time we got there, the team was already 3-6. So now we're fighting for bowl eligibility instead of a Big 12 championship. So even though Juju Lewis is up to an 81 overall, this is who he's going to be throwing the ball to while we try to qualify for a bowl game. But we were able to sign 1 5-star, and we're still in the race on a couple of these guys. It's just very unlikely, sitting at 3-6, that any 5-stars decide they want to come here. So the transfer portal is going to be our final boss. And I had to watch at least 1 play of the quarterbacks at wide receiver game. So here we go. Okay, Juju's going to drop back to pass. He's going to throw a bubble to a quarterback, and that's going to be a gain of 2. Actually, that was our tight end, Jack Hestra. Let's see one more big 3rd and 4 here. Here we go. Can anyone get open? I'm looking at Caden Salter over there. Give him the rock. First down. Are you kidding me? Oh, Sincere Brown's hurt. Oh, that's not good. That was totally worth it and everything I ever expected. And the fellas were actually able to clutch up. Maybe the secret this team needed the whole time was a couple of QBs running some routes. So by the end of year number 1, the team was an embarrassing 4-8. And to make matters even worse, we've literally lost every single recruit on our board, other than the one guy that we had signed, and I'm not exaggerating, in week number 5. We've had Tyler Urshela signed since week number 5. As far as the team goes, we had one of the worst offenses in the country, one of the worst defenses in the country, and literally one of the bottom 10 red zone efficiencies in all of college football. Our one bright point was Juju Lewis. Disregard all the interceptions. He did throw for 3,000 yards, though. So after that team performance, it's safe to say that Chad Butters and Robert Livingston no longer have jobs. But we got reason to celebrate because Taylor Estrella is an elite dev free safety. So even though we made literally 0 progress on any of our challenges in year number 1, we were able to land some star coordinators. I'm also going to change our offensive and defensive schemes to match our coordinators to maximize their output. Now, is that how this game works? I have no idea, but we're about to find out. Oh, say it ain't so. This is exactly what I was worried about, bro. Literally everybody is leaving. Oh, God. All right, we got 4 persuasion attempts. Please, Jordan C. Please, please, please. What about DJ McKinney? This is a guy that we could get drafted in the first round. Jaheim Otis, you're leaving. What? Okay. Elite dev wide receiver Hakeem Williams, please. Well, it's time to hit the portal harder than my mom used to with the belt. And again, with only one guy signed, we really have our work cut out for us. So it's week 4 in the transfer portal, and we have already signed Mario Craver, and we're trying to hit on some other big names. But our goal is to cut out the bottom side of that roster that's not above a 70 overall. So we've got 32 guys on the board here, and most of them are really solid 3-star guys that will come in and round out that class, including Towns McGoat, one of the greatest kickers ever. If you're not getting Towns McGoat in your rebuilds, you're messing up. But out of our 32 targets, we were only able to land 27 guys, which ironically gives us the 27th best class in the country. But our 4-star stud DeAndre Moore from Texas flipped to Oklahoma in the last second, which is honestly super annoying. So after a little finessing, looking at the roster, you can see the real top-end talent is Mario Craver, who's now a running back. But we are missing that, like, wow, these guys are certainly going to the first round, but we still haven't developed these players. But now this is what I'm talking about, baby. I think Matthew Bailey could get drafted, maybe not in the first round, but if he develops well enough, he could. But this is looking like a 2nd or 3rd round draft pick. But I'm looking at Jude Bowery. He's up to an 89 overall, and he still has a little bit of room to grow. And at a left tackle, he is going to be a highly valued position. So if he gets that pass blocking up just one more upgrade, he's going to be a 1st round draft pick, which would give us 2 towards our 75 total. Also, Juju Lewis is up to an 84 overall and playing up to an 85, which is really good for him. Our wide receiving room is absolutely insane, and we've been able to improve the line by a lot. If you see, there's a lot of good quality all across the board, and we have depth. But as we go through the defense, you can see that we don't really have like an absolute standout superstar. We have a very good secondary, which is to be expected with Coach Prime coaching the team, but we don't have that superstar that's going to take us to the next level. But obviously, Towns McGoat is on the team. He's got 95 kick power and 88 kick accuracy, and you might not think that that matters, but whenever you're in those big games and you're losing by 2 in all your sims, I promise you're going to wish that you had Towns McGoat on your team. It's time for people to leave the team, and I tell you what, I got an old saying that'll just about guide us on how we're going to handle all this. Repeat after me. If you're not playing, you're not staying. All right, here we go. At wide receiver, we got Caleb Mathis. He not playing, he not staying. Gabe Landers, gone. Corbin LeJour, gone. Carday Smith not staying. And you get the gist. I'm going to go through the rest of the team. And just like that, we don't have a single player under 70 overall on this team, which was our goal. So that's a goal completed, not a challenge completed, but a goal completed. But as we go into the new season, it's time to find out what our new problem is going to be for the team this year. Just as we had the team starting to get a little bit better, we can only recruit 3-stars this year, which I don't know how that's going to go. I'll try to find some gems. Now, maybe the overall's a little bit inflated at 97 because we only have 50-something guys on the roster, but I tell you what, don't sleep on these buffs this year. I also want to note that we are going to be starting true freshman 5-star Taylor Estrella at the free safety position. And due to our recruiting sanctions, I have to turn down all of these 5-stars who want to come to our team and sign at least 10 3-stars. I'm going to look for 3-star gems. And I was already able to find 5, which is a pretty good start. And all things considered, our schedule looks pretty easy, so I'm hoping for 10-2 this year. And boy, was this an up and down year. So we start off getting absolutely destroyed basically by any team with the pulse. So we lose to Georgia Tech, we lose to Texas Tech, we lose to Utah, and then we lose to Houston. And then we proceed to win out and make the Big 12 Conference Championship game. In fact, we did so well that our offensive coordinator got poached. Juju Lewis had his same 3,000-yard stat line as last year, except this time he only had 4 interceptions. And defensively, we were in the top 25%, so a much better year. But even with the improvements, unfortunately, we weren't able to secure the Big 12 Championship, so maybe we can win a bowl game and get our first piece of hardware. On the bright side, we were able to sign all 10 of the 3-stars that we needed, and this guy doesn't have any other offers, so he's definitely coming to our team, so we can just assume that he signed. On the bright side, we were able to get all the 3-stars we needed. But on the not so bright side, we drew Notre Dame in the Alamo Bowl and had absolutely zero chance of winning. We were able to snag Mr. Wheeler here, and he's a talent developer, so he'll fit into our squad nicely. And I knew it was coming. Juju wants out of Boulder. Hopefully we can get him to stay. Here we go. Come on, Julian. Oh my gosh, he actually stayed. This is big for some. Oh my gosh, let's go. Oh my gosh, we got Traylon Miller too. Come on, Danny, making this trifecta back. All right, it was too good to be true. Our elite depth free safety. This was supposed to be our Thorpe winner. What are you doing? I need you to develop. What are you talking about? Oh, Estrella's leaving. No, what does he not like about brand exposure? We played in the big... I'm not going to get upset. It's okay. We're moving on. I'm crying. I'm spitting. I'm throwing up. Mario Craver didn't get drafted in the first round. So after 2 years, out of our 10 years in Boulder, we have accomplished literally 0 of any of the parts of the challenges. Bro, I don't know if I got $90. You know what I mean, I don't know if I got it, man. Hey. So again, this is where things get even harder. Word to your mother. We've got 10 guys signed here other than this guy, but Artie's going to sign. Don't worry. We just have a deal breaker, but no one else has offered him, so he's going to sign. That wasn't just for high school recruits. Only being able to recruit 3 stars is universal. So that means both of these top 10 recruits that are interested in our school can't come here. So we can only recruit 3 stars in the transfer portal too. So we're going to have to get creative. So my strategy here is actually pretty simple. I just cast as wide of a net as humanly possible on as many of the top tier 3-star talents I could find. But as you'll see, Taylor Estrella is interested in coming back to Colorado. So I put 65 hours on him. But again, we were only able to sign 27 guys, but we got the most important one in Taylor Estrella. And to be honest, after only being able to recruit 3 stars, the team kind of looks worse than it did last year. But we have been able to raise that floor up yet again. And this is before we've even asked people to transfer. And look at Taylor Estrella up to 96 speed, up 9 overall to an 87. And I think he might be able to be a huge difference maker for us this year. And like I thought, the team is worse in terms of overall, but we are the number 19 team in the country. But before we get too excited, it's time to spin that wheel, baby. Please don't be something that ruins this year. Oh my gosh. Well, it's not going to ruin this year. It's going to ruin next year. We literally can't use the transfer portal at all this offseason. But we'd wind up 9-3 after a really good start to the season. We had 2 extremely disappointing losses, which would hurt a lot more if we didn't have as much success in recruiting as we did. Because even though it shows we only have 4 recruits signed, 3 of them are 5 stars. So I'm sure that we'll be able to fill out the rest of this roster, even though we can't use the transfer portal. And overall as a team, we did a lot better. Our offense was again in that top 25%, and we had the 10th best defense in the country. So all we need to do is try to retain as many guys as we can. And I think next year we'll be able to compete for a conference championship. And in what's likely to be Juju Lewis's last year on the team, he had an insane year going 30 touchdowns, no interceptions, and then he got hurt. So even though he also had 471 yards and 5 touchdowns on the ground and was clearly going to win the Heisman, we still aren't going to get that done for the challenges. Hey bro, let me hold $90. Come on, man. It's not that much money, man. Just $90. But we've got our first opportunity to get a trophy in the Radiance Technologies Independence Bowl against New Mexico State. This is our chance to get on the board, baby. But first we need to check our 5 stars dev traits. So Lorenzo Tatum is a star. Agnew is impact, which is pretty disappointing. Caleb Ramey is a normal dev. This can't be real. Impact on Barry Chester. And I believe those are the only guys that have actually signed up to the team. So we're a whopping 36 overall points better than New Mexico State. So if we don't win this one, I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's just not in the cards for us in this rebuild. And there it is. We're finally on the board for one of the challenges. That's 1 out of the 20 trophies we need at the end of year 3. Comment right now if you think that we're actually going to be able to accomplish this. And while you're there, you might as well hit the subscribe button. We're trying to get to 100,000 subscribers before College Football 27 comes out. We can't do it without you. Also, as far as Thorpes go, Charles Lester looks to be our best chance. He had 5 interceptions this year, 70 total tackles. So it looks like he's going to be coming back. He's a junior. He doesn't have a deal breaker with us. So I think that maybe next year he can win us a Thorpe. Don't look now, but we only have 3 dudes that are trying to leave. And of course, Taylor Estrella, he just hates it here, man. Come on, Tay, come back, baby. Why does he not love me? Quentin Gibson's only a sophomore, and he's projected the 6th round. Let's see if we can get him to come back. All good, babe, bro. All good. But even though we're losing Gibson, we do have our first projected first-round pick, so we could get on the board for the 70 guys that we need. 75? Draylon Miller goes in the first round. That's our first guy drafted in the first overall. I'm too excited. It's our first guy drafted in the first round. That finally gets us on the board with another challenge. We only need 3 out of the 5. So if we could just get some of these completed, I will feel much better. So even though we can't use the transfer portal, we can use the transfer portal period to try to get more high schoolers. And I want to show you something very fascinating. So you see Henry Abreu here. He's got 4 offers on the table. But next week, whenever we see him, I guarantee you we're the only guys in the mix for him. So I was wrong with Abreu, but you can see here with Brett Hepburn that no one else is even in the race anymore, even though he had a bunch of offers previously. And hilariously, not having the portal actually landed us a top 10 recruiting class. We're sitting at number 6 with 22 guys signed, 3 of them being 5 stars. So our quarterback room looks absolutely insane. Juju decided to come back, which is electric. He's going to win us a Heisman. But Mr. Sexton here is an elite dev 4-star that we just randomly picked up. I can't believe it. I wasn't even scouting these guys. And he's an elite dev. This is the quarterback of our future. And I don't want to speak too soon, but this looks like a Big 12 championship team to me. I mean, we look very good. The bottom of the team is kind of ugly. I had to move some people around. They're probably going to wind up getting cut, unfortunately for them. But I tell you what, this team looks very good. I think this is a 99 overall team. And I couldn't have been more wrong. We're an 89 overall. That's not good. It's got to be our offensive line. Honestly, it's just kind of the whole thing. I just dug through the roster. But now that we've overcome the no transfer portal problem, it's time to figure out what our problem is going to be this year. Big money, big money, big money, big money. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. No high school recruit. Bro. We're just bouncing back and forth from problem to problem to problem to problem. So we're unable to get any high school recruits at all this year. Now, this is a big turning point for us. It's year number 4, and a lot of the more difficult sanctions have already been gone through. So now we need to start ramping it up. We went 9-3 in year number 4 because of a tough loss to Florida, a horrible loss to Oklahoma State, and then a reasonable loss to Utah. But we were able to add our second trophy to our total, and now we're going to go into the transfer portal with a lot of momentum. So our team prestige is all the way up to a 4-star now, which is going to give us a lot more hours in the transfer portal, which is awesome. So we're on our way to being the best team in college football history. But we've got a couple of huge transfer targets to try and bring back. Farrakhan, come on, baby. Duval. Listen, Duval, I've loved you and your family since you came to Boulder. Yes! Bang! All right, I'm good. And all these other guys, we went 2 for 4. And there are 2 more first-round picks, and I think we're going to have a lot more to come in the future. We didn't get 35, but we were able to get 32 guys in the #1 portal class in the country. I think that this is where everything turns in Colorado's favor, baby. From top to bottom, this is easily the best team that we have had the entire rebuild. Now, we don't have that same peak that we had on other teams, but Marquise Sylvia here is a 94 overall. He was an elite def. This was one of the 3-star guys that we grabbed. So I think that this team is going to be way better than we were last year. And after trimming the fat, we have our first 99 overall team. This team is going to win the Big 12, baby. But with the good also comes the bad. Please be something easy and nice for me. Recruiting sanctions? Oh, brother. As soon as the team gets any good, we get hit with recruiting sanctions. So simply put, this means I can only get 10 guys out of high school and 10 guys out of the portal. We can only have 20 dudes in these class. We can only have 20 dudes in this class instead of the regular 35. So even though we have the best team that we've had in the entire 10-year takeover, we also have the most difficult schedule that I have ever seen this team have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ranked teams out of 12. So I'm livid because we lost our first game to Colorado State. They doubled our score. So things have to change. The offense is horrible. I'm changing the playbook again. We're going to try out Alabama and see if that fixes our problems. So that made things a million times worse. We literally only scored 3 points. I don't know what to do. We won a game. And for us to do so, it took us forcing 5 interceptions. So I don't know what's going to happen this year, but we'll see. And after one of the worst starts ever, we bounced back because I made some changes. Bro, I'm actually so giddy. Look at that. That's the conference championship. Bang! So as you can see, we really struggled, and then we started beating the brakes off of teams. Mainly because I took a look at the roster and I said, wait a second, we have about 3 guys on the line that are good, 3 linebackers that are good, and about 40 secondary players that are good. So I switched us to the 3-3-5 tight, and all of a sudden, it didn't matter what playbook we were using offensively, we got way better. So much so that even after that horrible start, we were still in like the 50 percentile on offense and had the number 6 defense in the country. And the Dubs don't stop there. We are 1 guy away from signing all 10 of our 5 stars. He also just happens to be the #1 player in the country. Would you look at that? And with 1 minute and 10 left to the 4th quarter, we are down by 3. It's absolute cinema right now. We got to watch what happens. Come on, Buffs. Come on, Buffs. We are the clearly more talented team. The clock is ticking down, though. Goodness gracious. We have a timeout. We just let 30 seconds go off, but that's going to be a huge gain. Go, go, go. We're going to take the timeout. Ball at the 49. We don't have a timeout to stop the clock and try to kick this one. I don't know what we're going to try here. McComb steps up in the pocket, just going to throw that one away. Same situation. Remember, we are the better team. We just need to get a first down, get out of bounds, do anything that we can. Come on, David. Step up in the pocket. He steps up. He's going to take off. He's going to get sacked. That is the last thing that we can afford. We got to get on the ball. He's going to spike it. No way he's trying to spike it right now. There's 12 seconds left. We don't have time for you to spike it. Oh my gosh. There's 10 seconds. There's no way we're not going to go to the college football playoff after this year. David, please. David. No, that's got to be targeting. No. Maybe we can still make the playoffs. Oh my gosh, wait, we're the 11th seed. Oh no, they kicked us out. No, they can't do this to me. That is heartbreaking. But hopefully we can at least add a trophy in the Alamo Bowl. On the bright side, time for a dev trade check. We got impact, star, impact, impact, star, impact, elite on our QB, Cortez Goodley. And then Mike Canada will sign. He has no other offers. Oh, Auburn showed up because of a playing style deal breaker. I'm gonna have a pit in my stomach. I don't know what to say. We were up by 12 and lost in the last seconds of this game. This is rock bottom. Tier number 5, this is rock bottom. This is the turning point. This team is too good. We're too deep. I've never heard that before, but it doesn't matter. I'm telling you, for the next 5 years, you're gonna see absolute dominance. I was afraid this was going to happen, but I didn't think it would happen this soon. We're having a transfer apocalypse, and literally nobody came back, so we're getting exponentially worse. And both our sons got drafted in the 2nd round, so we still don't have those first rounders that we need. But now it's time to turn it all around. So our recruiting sanctions have me in a really weird spot. Mitch Parker here has a playing time deal breaker, but we're in the lead. You can see that we're at 20 out of 35 targets. We're going to sign everyone else, I think, but I don't think we're going to get Mitch Parker. But I don't know if I keep him on the board and just try to like hope that we sign him or hedge our bets. I think I'm going to take the number 40 player in the nation off our board and go to try and find someone else. But as you can see, that is a key need for us at free safety. And somebody at the NCAA is punching the air right now because we were able to land all 20 guys and the number 1 recruiting class in the nation. And brother, this has gotta be a national championship team. We gotta have at least 6 dudes go to the league out of this in the 1st round. I mean, look at this team. We landed Derek York, by the way, 94 overall pocket passer. This is our squad. This is a national championship winning squad. We're gonna go from 0 to hero right now, but you know what time it is. We gotta spin that wheel. Come on, baby. Daddy need a new pair of shoes. No, bench starting QB for how many games? 6 games. That's half the season. Well, there goes our Heisman. Who do we have at backup? Who's our backup? Oh my gosh. Rico Stokely is a dog. That is a great backup for us. He's a star dev guy. He's 84 overall. That's not the worst thing in the world, to be honest. And you best believe I'm going to be benching him against some dog doo-doo teams. So I think the first team we bench him against is Colorado State. And then we bench him against Cincinnati. And then we bench him against Baylor, UCF, and maybe Oklahoma State and Arizona State. I know those are huge games at the end of the year. Maybe we should just bench him for all of these non-conference games and just play the conference schedule. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bench him against SMU, Missouri, Colorado State, and then bench him against Baylor, UCF, and Cincinnati, and we'll see what happens. And conveniently for this challenge, I can actually just redshirt him the weeks that I don't want him to play, and there's a 0% chance he'll actually get in the game. And in the first game of sitting our star quarterback, our backup actually stepped up and did a pretty good job, and we were able to beat the brakes off of SMU. But I do think I'm going to start him in this game against Missouri. I think it would be a huge non-conference win. And at an 81 overall, they're probably one of the more difficult teams on our schedule. And it paid off because he balled out against the Tigers and we only won by 12 points. So we really needed him. So I'm just going to go back and forth every game and make sure that we don't have him playing 6. And I'll let you know which ones, but I'm going to pick the best teams and the worst teams. And I'm not going to try to gamify it based off of conference standings. But even with the roadblock, the team was still good enough to go 12-0 and obviously make the conference championship. So the backup played against SMU, Colorado State, Cincinnati, Baylor, UCF, and Kansas State. And you can see the games where we absolutely dominated them. That's basically the games where the starter played. And we've done it. We finally won the Big 12 in year number 6. I think we're going to go 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think we'll get 5 back to back to back to back to back. And this is just the beginning. And it's also the first part of the trifecta. If we win the Heisman, there's no way we're going to win the Heisman. But we did, and then we won the Natty. That'd be great. But that's also our 3rd trophy in the series. We're trying to get to 20. So we really have to dominate in the back half here. And in the first round of the playoffs, we have a little tune-up game against North Texas. Shout out Das Boot. But first, a dev trade check. Star, elite, impact, normal, star, normal, star, normal, normal. Not the best, not the worst. And Tyler Dial down there at number 9 for the Thorpe is the closest we've gotten. And he's a 98 overall, so I don't even know if it's possible at this point. And we destroyed North Texas, but now we have to move on to play Thanos of these Sims. Georgia, number 4. Brother, lock in. We are in the most intense battle we've had. Georgia just punted the football back to Colorado. We've got to watch this one. Ball at the 29. Our 94 overall quarterback takes the snap, takes a pump, is going to throw it to the check down, going to spin move, breaks the tackle, and he's only going to get 2 yards. Remember, we do still have all 3 timeouts, so even if we don't get it here, we are still in this one. Drops back to pass, is going to take a quick check down, and that's going to be a solid 7 yards. Derek York, 311 yards, 2 touchdowns on the day. Wow, what is that stance back there in the pocket? I don't like that. He's going to hand it off. What are we doing? Oh my gosh, why would we hand it off? Oh, we're going for it. We're going for it on 4th and 4. We handed it off on 3rd and 1. This is for the undefeated season. He's going to take a shot. Intercepted. It's an arm punt. It's an arm punt. That's okay. It's an arm punt. Someone tackle him. Tackle him. Yep, they're not in range. Stay with me here. We have the best defense in the country. They're going to pass it. What's he doing? Check down Charlie. We're going to drill him. Gain of 5 there. Timeout. Colorado on an injury. 2nd and 5, 1:25 on the clock. You have to expect a handoff here. There it is. We're going to get him in the backfield. Come on, timeout. Let's go. 3rd and 7. Have to expect a pass here. We have the best secondary in the country. They're going to hand it off. We got him. We got him in the backfield. Timeout. Ball at the 39. This is a long kick. You have to hope that they try to kick it and miss it. There, here we go. He lines up. The ball is set at the 46. It's about a 53-yarder. Here we go. It's up. Is it? It's good. That's a 6-point lead for Georgia. Need a big kick return here, and we've got the guys back there to do it. Here we go. He takes it from the 2. He makes one miss, and he's going to get tackled at the 16. That is the worst case scenario. Okay, we have some of the most talented wide receivers in the country. We need them now. We need a big breakout pass. We need one deep. He's going to take the shot. Does he have a man? He does! Oh my gosh, he gets out of bounds at the 35. You've got to be kidding me. Wow! Cinema. It's Derek York with an absolute insane pass to 49 yards. One play. Do you believe in miracles? Here we go. 1:05 on the clock. Need a touchdown to win it. Don't want to give Georgia too much time, though. Drops back to pass. We're going to take the quick check down to the running back, and that's going to get some time off that clock. Only a gain of 1. We're going to go to the hurry up here. Got to look for that one-on-one coverage on that left side. It's worked out in the pass. He's got time in the pocket. He steps up. He's going to take a shot. He's going to complete the pass. Can he get out of bounds? He can't. Wait, are they going to call him out of bounds? They did call him out of bounds. Wow. Some referee cheese for us there. York takes the pass. He's looking. He's got plenty of time in the pocket. Going to step up. Takes another one. That's a 1st and goal for Colorado. Oh, my gosh. He's, no, what are we doing? Oh, my gosh. We spiked the ball. What was that? Who called that play? Okay, drops back to pass. It's York. Over the middle. The slant's there. He caught it. Ball at the 2 now. If he spikes this, I'm going to freak out. Okay, 3rd down. 5 wide set. Takes the pass. York, he's got a man open. Takes a shot to the end zone. He's going to throw it out of the back of the end zone. He had his slot wide receiver open. Oh, my gosh. We're going to try to run it on Georgia. We're going to try to run it in on Georgia. This is the worst decision I've ever seen. Oh my gosh, it worked! It worked! Oh my gosh, it worked! Oh my god! Colorado's gonna win the football game! Colorado's gonna win the football game! Do you believe in miracles? Oh my god! Oh, I've been working so hard on this rebuild. You've got to be kidding me. If you miss this kick, I'm gonna call your family and send you to Peru. Peru's a nice place, I'm sure. He got it. Oh my gosh, that angle, you never know. 8 plays, 84 yards. Now we just have to stop this high-powered Georgia offense. 21 seconds. Gotta pin him deep here. He's gonna catch it. He has to field this one. Can we pin him down at the 15? We've got him. And he ran 4 seconds off the clock. 17 seconds. Remember, we have the best secondary in the country. A lot of stars out there for this Colorado defense. Here we go. He's got the pass. He's going to get hit as he throws, and that's going to run even more time off the clock. 14 seconds here. It doesn't matter how many timeouts they have. They need a lot of yards and fast. Drops back to pass. We're getting pressure on him. He's going to check down Charlie, and they're going to burn a timeout. 9 seconds here. Their best case scenario is a long pass. Remember, the ball's at the 15. They need 50 yards and a timeout and then kick a long field goal, and we're going to get pressure onto him. He's going to take the shot. He's got one-on-one coverage. Oh, my gosh, he caught it. Oh, no. This isn't, he caught that. 2 seconds on the clock. Does this guy have the ice? Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. You can't make this up. There's no way. This guy misses it. He doesn't have the ice. No way he has the ice. That's off. It's off to the right. He made it. Georgia wins 31-33. We lost both of our coordinators on top of the fact that we just lost that game. So let's hope there's something good here. We're going to try to hire Jimmy Rogers and then wait and see if a better coordinator pops up. And we didn't get any better options, and I like Gerald Stubbs because he's like very high overall motivator, so he's who we're going to go with. But I'm devastated we lost our talent developer OC. So Luke Fickell went to Michigan State, and Steege went to Oregon. Like, come on? So this time around, we have a lot of guys leaving for the draft. Hopefully we can get some of them to stay. Obviously, these first 3 guys aren't going to, but at least it's 2 guys definitely going in the first round for us. So I was able to get Sal Fasano back and Caleb Ramey. So 2 running backs came back, but everyone else is leaving. But we did have 4 guys go in the first round, which is huge for that challenge. And look at how many guys we had drafted. Our team's going to get a lot better. And Georgia might have belted us out of the playoffs, but we've got the #1 recruiting class in the country, and look who's underneath us. And it looks like we have some guys who could go in the first round again if they just continue to develop as the year goes on. So this year we have to change our formations. So just as we have everything figured out in terms of formations, we got to switch it up. So I'm going to go back to the 4-2-5 and just hope that it works this time. And since we have a really good quarterback, wide receiver, and lineman, I'm going to try the USC air raid and see how it goes. But we barely lost to Missouri in our first game of the season, and it clearly wasn't the offense's fault, so I'm going to try a new defense. I've literally never used a multiple defense in any rebuild, so why not try it now? And right now, it's kind of a mixed bag, so I don't know how this year is going to go without our formations. And boy, does this game sure know how to get me going, because we went 10-2. And we've got Texas Tech in the Big 12 championship again. And I think we picked some pretty good formations when it was all said and done, because we had a top 25 offense and a top 25 defense. So if we can win this Big 12 championship, I think we can win the Natty. And we would beat Texas Tech by 1 point in the fourth quarter. And we've kind of lucked out in the college football playoff bracket, because if we win, we play Pittsburgh. If Texas Tech wins, they have to play Georgia. So I'm glad we won that game. But before we start the playoffs, let's check some depth traits. Impact, star, nothing, normal, star, impact, elite on a right tackle. Let's go, baby. Oh, they got 900 XP, and I thought we lost the game, but we're going to be moving on to the quarterfinals. So we beat the brakes off Miami 49-21, and now there's only 8 teams left. I think this is our Natty year. We just need Notre Dame to beat Georgia, because I don't think we're beating Georgia. And we're right back into the exact same situation we were in last year. It's 3rd and 2, ball at the 45. It's a tie football game with 3 minutes left. Here we go. We're going to take the snap, a quick RPO. Oh my gosh, he's going to break a tackle. Go. Oh my gosh, I can't believe we just hopped in to watch this bang. Go, baby. What a broken, look at this bang. Little bro, get off me. You don't know where I'm from. Look at that, and nobody's catching him. 12, I don't even think 12 wants to catch him. I think he's scared. And that is gonna be enough to get us across the line. We're going to the semifinals for the first time in the series. This is our year. Come on, man. But who's it gonna be? It's Notre Dame. Oh my gosh. The Natty might be on, baby. And we find ourselves back here once again. 22-22, 3 minutes on the clock, and we're getting the football back. Here we go. Horrible punt return, but that's okay. Taking the snap, drop it back to pass. He's going to take a shot, hit as he throws. It's a jump ball, and Colorado's got it. It's a pass interference as well. I don't know if they're going to tack that onto the end. Oh my goodness. Ball on opponent 44, absolutely. What will Colorado do here? Are we going to try to run out the clock? What's the call? We're going to hand it off. That's exactly what it looks like we're going to try to do. 2nd and 8 tick. I think we're in range for our kicker as well here. Got a man in motion. Taking the snap, gonna hand it off again, and there's a massive hole. Word to your mother. 3rd and 2, ball at the 36. Okay, we might have to rely on the defense if we can't get a first down here. I don't know if they're gonna let this tick all the way down to the 2-minute timeout. They're not. They're gonna hand it off, and he's gonna fight for it. First down. It's a first down, but they're gonna call a hold. Oh my goodness, bro. They're gonna call a hold. All right, 3rd and 12, ball at the 46, drops back to pass. He's got time. He takes a shot. He's got a man open, and he's got the first down and more down to the 19-yard line. That's going to take us all the way to the 2-minute timeout, and Colorado is in a prime position to win this football game. Why are we in the hurry up? Please go down to the 2-minute. Okay. We're in the shotgun formation. Hopefully Notre Dame starts burning timeouts. I would love to see us score a touchdown and not just kick a field goal. Taking the snap. A quick pass over the middle. That's a first down to the 6-yard line, and Notre Dame's not calling timeouts because we're in the hurry up. I think that's a blown coverage. I think he's open over there. Over the middle, going to be a gain of 3 down. 2nd and goal. They're not taking timeouts. I feel like we should just tick down this clock here. I don't think they're going to. I don't know what the AI is doing. Another time, man in motion out of the backfield. There's going to be a quick check down. What a horrible play call, and Notre Dame finally decides to take a timeout. 3rd and goal, empty set, 2 tight ends on the field. There's a lot of stars down there for the Colorado Buffaloes, and he's gonna be sacked. It's all gonna come down to a field goal, and then we're gonna need to everybody with me. Defense. But first, it's the field goal. This is a brand new kicker. We brought him in out of the portal. He gets it! And just like that, your Colorado Buffaloes have the lead 25-22. Will lightning strike on this kickoff? There's only one way to find out, and that's to mess around. Here we go. He's going to kick it deep. He's going to take the knee. That was almost the perfect kick. If he would have brought that out, they would have gotten tagged like the 12. But here we go. Notre Dame, he gives credit and glory to God. It's over for us. Oh, my goodness. Oh, no, oh, no. Oh, whoa, check down Charlie. Check down Charlie. He's checking it down. Well, you can't be a CDC. You're trying to win a football game here. We're checking it down, brother. There's a minute 10 left. What are you doing? Finally set up in formation. Notre Dame's going to take that snap. Remember, all they need is a field goal to tie this one. Another check down. And that time, it's going to go for a lot of yards. And Chance Horner and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish are matriculating down the field. That's a huge word for Elmo, by the way. Less than a minute on the clock. They aren't going to spike it. They're going to drop back to pass, and we're going to put a little bit of pressure on him. Wide open, blown coverage over the middle. He's going to break a few tackles, and he's down at the 35, and we're going to take an injury timeout. Now, if you're a Colorado fan, you've got to be thinking, hey, looks like they're in field goal range. Let's just not give up a touchdown. Or even better, maybe we can get a sack. They've got a man in motion. We've seen this movie before. We've seen it. He's out of the pocket. He's going to take a check down, and he's going to hold on to that one. Ball at the 29, 2nd and 4. They still have a timeout. It looks like he's going to clock this one here, but it might be a fake. Nope, he does clock it. 3rd and 4, ball at the 29. If we could get a stop here, that would be very good for our offense to have another opportunity. Here we go, taking the snap. Ball at the 29. Check down Charlie. He's got the first down. Notre Dame can ice this game here. They're quickly getting to the line. They still have one timeout. 28 seconds on the clock here. They take the snap, drops back, can't get pressure to him. It's check down Charlie again. He misses this time. This is still a little bit of a weird kick, and a sack could make it even weirder. Ball at the 23, certainly in range. The snap is taken. They're going to hand this one off, and we're getting downhill. Big loss of 4, and now that is a much more difficult kick. 3rd and 14, 5 wide set. You've got to look to one of those star defensive backs to make a play, and he just throws it away. Wow, you've got to think. We take a timeout to ice him. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. Shh, shh, shh. Here we go. You can feel a pen drop in this stadium. Notre Dame, the home team. He's got it up, and it's good. Notre Dame's going to tie up the football game. We might have overtime here, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, 15 seconds on the clock. There's no way that Colorado takes a 60-yard shot and wins this one, right? Hey, maybe we'll kick. Hey, kick return? Hey, kick return? Come on. Come on. All 3 phases. We are the Buffaloes. That's going to take about 4 seconds off the clock for... Oh, my gosh, he broke a tackle. Go, go, go. All right, we burned 4 seconds off the clock for us to get the ball not where we would have even had it at a touchback, so that's great. Okay, 11 seconds, taking the snap. We're going to hand it off. Wow, incredible. We played safe. You know what? I live by scare money, don't make money, so I'm taking the Notre Dame Fighting Irish in overtime here. All right, our first drive of overtime, ball at the 25. This is absolute cinema here. Taking the snap, going to play action, and we're drilled in the backfield. 2nd and 17. Is the worst start to an overtime that anyone could have imagined that isn't an interception or a general turnover. Pat Schlegel is going to get back there and sack the QB. It's none other than Pat Schlegel. Need another big play, maybe a broken tackle. Here we go, another fake handoff, play action, check down Charlie, a spin move. He's got a couple of guys missed, and that's a big pickup of 13. Mike Canada said, give me that ha 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 ha, tween tween, hezzy cross, fillet. Oh my goodness, give him the ball again. Oh my gosh, it's a blown coverage. Ah, touchdown, Colorado. He's walking. He said, hey, that's right. That's right. I'm like that. 31-25. I'm feeling a big intercept. That was Johnny Marsh, the tight end. Look at this move. This guy should have intercepted that. I don't know what 13's doing. Hey, I heard 13 is involved in a point shaving scandal. That's what I heard. Extra point is good, and we are one defensive stop away from heading to the national championship. They're going to drop back to pass here. Here we go. We got some pressure on him. He throws it up. That was going to be the interception that I had envisioned. Wow, so close. We've got to get this quarterback off platform. If we can get him to throw off that back foot, we got a lot of dangerous guys back there in the secondary. We bring the heat again. Intercepted. If you can see it, you can believe it. You can touch it in your hands. Colorado's going to the Natty, baby. Bang! Let's go. This trophy is also our 3rd trophy on the year. So if we have one more, that'll be 4 trophies in 1 year. I think we can accomplish this. But we've got none other than the Nittany Lions in the national championship. They're nasty. We don't like them. It's time to take them down. Unless you're a Penn State fan, in which case I love them, and I'm very happy for you on getting Matt Campbell. Unless you're an Iowa State fan, in which case I'm very sad that Penn State got Matt Campbell. Please like and subscribe. All right, it's 0-0 right now, obviously, and I'm going to give you my prediction. I think that the Buffaloes win win this 38-17. There's 3. Down 7-3. Up 10-7. Down 14-10. 17-14. 17-17. 5 minutes left on the clock. So with 3 minutes left, we just punted the ball down to the 3-yard line. And I think we've got to watch the rest of this game from here. Everybody. Get him. Get him. Safety, Colorado. Bang! Bang! If we get the lid off the basket here, we're winning 4 straight. We're winning 4 straight. I'm completing the challenge. Don't get it twisted. Big punt return here. Give him a move. He tried to juke 6 dudes at once. That never works. 3 minutes on the clock, a 2-point lead. How do the Buffs play this one? It's going to be a quick handoff. There's a little bit of a hole in a broken tackle. Timeout. Penn State's using their timeouts. Wow, you can feel the nerves from Penn State. They're using timeouts. 3 minutes left. You guys might know more about the analytics than I do. It's a play action pass over the middle. Wow, a blown coverage. I've never seen someone that wide open in a national championship game. Penn State's got 1 timeout left. Oh my goodness. Is it over, folks? Have your Buffaloes won themselves a national title? And that's a massive hole, and he blows through it. First down. It's a set of first downs for the Buffs. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left, and Penn State doesn't have a timeout to their name. A quick check down here. It's going to lose a yard, but we should be able to run some very valuable time off of that play clock. Going to try to hike this at about 2:10. There it is, the snap. It's a quick bubble, and that's going to be a broken tackle and then drilled at the 28. That's going to take us down to the 2-minute timeout. If you are Colorado, what do you do here? You try to go for the first down. It looks like that's what they are going to do. 5 wide set. They are not going to try to run down 30 seconds and then maybe kick a field goal. They're taking the shot. They're going for the first down and check down Charlie. He fights down to the 20, and Penn State with an injury timeout, quote unquote. Very likely. I believe it. I believe that Penn State definitely was injured there. It was his army poo. He couldn't have walked. He couldn't have walked. Here we go. 3 points on the board. Flag! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! This cat just single-handedly lost Penn State the national championship. It's a roughie, the kicker. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Melvin Scales, the junior. He's number 4. Oh man, you can't make it up. Watch the clock run down. If we would have won the Heisman this year, that would have been the trifecta. We got 2 out of 3. We won the conference championship. We won the national championship. That's 1 of the 5 challenges completed. We've won a Natty, baby. Let's go. Oh my gosh, that feels absolutely incredible. And that's also 4 trophies. That puts us at a grand total of 7 out of 20 trophies. And it's year number 7 right now. We've still got 3 more years to go. Look at it. Isn't it beautiful? And after a natty like that, who would want to leave? It's only half our team, but at least they're projected to go in the first round. Lamar, listen to me. You're projected in the second round. Why would you want to leave? Okay, let's see if we can bring some of these third rounders back, because then they'd go in the first round. Oh my gosh, we got Tavares Krause. Come on, baby. Yalito, please. All right, everyone calm down. Braden Ellens. Braden, I'll get you to the league, baby, I promise. Jaden Boudreaux wants to transfer because of conference prestige. He's from Cleveland, whatever. Caleb Ramey. Playing time's his problem. He's pissed. And we didn't get any of the other guys to come back. And we're going to add another 4 guys to our drafted in the first round group. But man, we had a lot of guys get drafted in general. I probably should have just made it guys drafted. But Georgia, back from the depths, is back into the number 1 spot in the overall recruiting. We had the we did really bad with actual recruits, but the number 1 transfer class as per usual. And I don't know how we did it, but this year's team is so much better than last year's team. It's actually insane. Like literally every single position on our team just has some absolute freak beast at it. I don't think I've ever had a team that's as good as this team is right now, to be honest with you. Like even our kicker's a 93 overall. So obviously the team is a 99 again, but with every new season comes a new challenge. And with only 3 left, the 3 that are on the board are really not that bad in theory, unless we get the one that we're about to land on, which is fire our coordinators. So at the end of this year, I really like the coordinators that we have. I have to fire our coordinators, and I don't get to choose the new ones. The school gets to choose the new ones. So that means we just get whatever's left over, which is going to be like an 18, level 18 or whatever. So that's actually the worst one we could have gotten. So we made the Big 12 championship, and we're looking to repeat our national championship. And we've got to let go of two of the guys that helped us get there. Gerald Stubbs and Jimmy Rogers. I hate doing it, but we'll see you later. Just pray that the CPU hires some dogs for us. And we were able to snag the Big 12 championship, which is another trophy towards the challenge and a first round bye in the playoff this year. And would it be a season without a quick dev trait check? We've got a star, elite, star, elite, star, elite, normal. That is the best group of 5-stars we've had all video. And this is easily the best team we've ever had. We had the number 3 offense in the country, number 4 defense in the country, number 6 in conversions, and we were number 2 in turnover differential. And our first round bye has turned into a huge matchup against Michigan. But bro, how I would love to offer some of these coaches jobs, but we just have to wait on the school to do it. And we easily took care of Michigan and are going to advance to the semifinals for the 2nd year in a row. But if it isn't our old friend Georgia, we're going to see in the semis. And it looks like we're definitely going to be playing Miami in the final if we make it there. But unfortunately for Georgia fans, we had to give the dogs that old Yeller treatment and took them out to pasture. Oh my gosh, I actually jinxed it. We're going to get UCLA in the final. And Judd Price has become our new offensive coordinator. And Derek Odom is our new defensive coordinator. Hopefully the school did a good job with these. They're actually both level 33s, and it could have been way worse. And if you're wondering why I'm so excited it isn't at Miami, they're a 97 overall, and UCLA's an 87 overall. Back to back like Jordan, 96, 97. Whoa, very important and very pretentious. And I look back, I might be mad that I get this attention. 44-3? UCLA, that's all you got? In sim, I didn't even play. I'm not even on the sticks. And used for some 41-point spread. I heard UCLA is going to be involved in a point shaving scheme. Golly, wow. 2. That makes back-to-back seasons where we win all of the trophies available, and we're up to 11 total trophies for the team on the 10-year rebuild. And I mean, after Michigan, everyone else just kind of got obliterated. And after only beating Michigan by 12, we beat Georgia by 30 and UCLA by 41. Somebody give us the New York Jets. Let's see what happens. And it never gets easier seeing all these guys leave when their time with us is up. But maybe we get John Blow to come back. Couldn't. Nolan Banks? Success! Bang! And then we got a couple of freshmen here that want to leave, but I'm not going to let them come back. Joel Butt, Darren Traywin. Come on, baby. And that is a lot of ones. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 guys drafted in the first round. Are you kidding me? That puts us at a grand total of 20. And it might just be too little too late, but it's not a bad day at the office. I mean, 20 guys drafted in the first round, and 17 of them have come in the last 3 years. We're really starting to hit our stride. And everything's right in the world again because we've got the #1 recruiting class in the nation. Sorry about you, Georgia. And if you thought back-to-back was crazy, this looks like a back-to-back-to-back roster if I've ever seen one. That's 499 overalls. But now it's time to spin that wheel for the penultimate time, and that's a huge word for Elmo. Let's see what we got. Come on. Big money. Big money. Just not team beef. Oh, gosh. I forgot they're both not very good. So this year we can only recruit out of Colorado. We got 2 years left, and we're going to lose a lot of guys this year. So in the portal, that means we can recruit from Colorado, obviously our school, the state of Colorado out of high school, Air Force, which is located in Colorado, and then Colorado State players, and that's all we got. And wait till you see who our 1 loss is. I don't know who scheduled this game, but let me find their number. Let me find their number. I got something to say to them. And we win our 4th consecutive Big 12 championship and secure another first-round bye in the playoffs, and I'd like to say it, I think we've started the dynasty. But after beating Texas Tech again in the quarterfinals, we get absolutely blown out by Miami. So we have had 0 Thorpe Award winners out of 9 years, so that challenge has failed. We only have 13 trophies with 1 year left to go, so the max we can get is 4, so that challenge has failed. The goal for this year is the trifecta. We can at least get 2 out of 5 and have this at least be a somewhat successful 10-year experiment. So again, the trifecta is the Heisman, a conference championship, and a national championship. We can only recruit out of the state of Colorado right now, so the odds of that happening are not looking good. But our players leaving doesn't look that bad. We actually might be able to get some of these guys back extremely high for Devin Heaney. You ever seen that before? I mean, they had the green text. All extremely high. Devin Heaney, what did I do? What did I go in there and say? What could I possibly have said to have him want to come back? And then he goes, actually, I'm going to take my talents to the league. All right, well, maybe since there's a low chance for DJ Talbot, he'll sign up. All right, never mind. Gabriel Battles, you're going to transfer because of brand exposure. We have played in the college football playoffs the last 4 years, 5 years actually. We've won our conference championship the last 4 in a row. We won back-to-back national titles, and you're gonna go somewhere else. You know what, Gabe? Don't let the door hit you. Alex, if you want to leave, I understand. Yeah, all right. Well, nobody came back, and that's heartbreaking. All good. Show me 25 guys, no burgers and fries. Show me everyone in the first round. Show the entire first round Colorado. Oh my gosh, wait, low-key 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guys in the first round. Last year we had 9, but that puts us up to a grand total of 28, which is very respectable. For first round draft picks, we probably had like at least 100 guys go to the league out of these teams. And the state of Colorado is kind of providing. We have 2 4-star linemen, which low-key is like the most important position for us, and a backup star quarterback, a dual threat freshman from Oklahoma. So I'm assuming he was either a 4 or 5-star a year ago. And bro, I might break the rules of the challenge. John Awesome. His last name is awesome. He's the #1 player in the country. He is a 5-star, and he wants to come and play for our team. He's a quarterback. We could have John Awesome on our team. Okay, so we can grab some guys from the Air Force here. I don't think I want any of them. And literally nobody from Colorado. Nobody from our team is available to come back. No one wants to come back. I guess we're going to sign a bunch of 3-stars and hope for the best. So we have a total of 17 targets, and let's hope that we land all of them. But even with the bar that low, we still weren't able to achieve it because Cole Harris flipped on us and went to Houston. And looking at the squad before position changes, I think there's a chance that we could be good, but I think I'm gonna have to manually upgrade this team. And I just want you to know, when you lay your head on that pillow at night, I gave you everything I have. This is everything I have right here. The whole roster. I manually upgraded. We got some stinkies at the bottom. That's okay. I think that this team can get it done. Maybe I should be more confident, but we're 12-0. We just simmed to 12-0. And it's not like we had a Mickey Mouse schedule either. We played Michigan, Texas Tech, Houston. This was a relatively difficult schedule considering we're in the Big 12. And I mean, we were beating the brakes off of teams. Good Lord. Wow, we had the #2 offense in the country, the #3 defense, the #1 conversions, and the #2 team in terms of turnover differential. This is the best team that we've ever had, and I honestly thought it was going to be the worst after only recruiting in Colorado. So we were unable to win the Heisman this year, which means we literally had 0 Heismans throughout the 10 years, and that also means we couldn't get the trifecta done. And it's almost laughable at this point. We also weren't able to get a single Defensive Back of the Year award, even though we are Coach Prime. And we also lost the Big 12 championship game to Texas Tech. We kind of got blown out in the 4th quarter, and the national championship was right in our reach, but we ran into Miami again, and so now we have a fully ACC championship game. All that's left now is to see how many guys we send to the league. Oh, and we did get 1 extra trophy this year, so that puts our total at 14. 6 short, but that's a pretty good performance in 10 years, I'd say. Oh my gosh, wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We got 9 again. That brings our grand total up to 37 first-round draft picks in our 10 years. That is actually incredible, and we would just keep rocking them out. We're averaging about 8 to 10 in the last 4 years, so if we kept this going, we'd keep going. But we were 1 for 5, so that means next time you see me, I'll have some Coach Brian $90 sunglasses on. I'm sure shipping and handling is not concluded. But in your opinion, with all of the roadblocks, how do you think we did? Would you call this a success? Would you call it a failure? And most importantly, you think this was the greatest team to ever do it? Probably not. Make sure to like, make sure to subscribe. And if you enjoyed this, I promise you that you're going to enjoy this rebuild here of Texas Tech.